Hi, my name is Mark. I'm the Single Engineer Group for GitLab Service Desk, and this is the March Showcase. The Service Desk Single Engineer Group is all about providing a complete yet lightweight customer support solution that seamlessly integrates with the GitLab ecosystem and brings customers, support staff, and developers closer together. Native attachments for Service Desk emails allow external participants like the issue author to receive uploads to a comment as a native email attachment. The feature has been released in GitLab 15.10 in general availability and was featured with a secondary release post item in the milestone release post. I started work on removing the feature flag, but I will need to take some dedicated time in the upcoming weeks to get this merged. GitLab ingests emails using a separate process called mailroom. We added a new delivery method called webhook to transport emails from the mailroom process to GitLab a while ago. The idea is to push the email contents to the GitLab backend through an internal API endpoint. Authentication works via a shared token. The API controller then schedules a job to process the email. The team's plan was to remove the old delivery method called sidekiq, but that never happened. Using the sidekiq delivery method is discouraged because it directly writes into the Redis queue that we use for background job management. Additionally, email bodies are quite large job payloads and we cannot compress them this way. There are also other disadvantages of this approach. Therefore, we should deprecate sidekiq and remove it later on. In multi-node setups, customers often fall back to sidekiq because it's easier to set up, so we need to provide an alternative once we remove it. A few weeks ago, I proposed to move email ingestion from mailroom right into GitLab and use sidekiq worker jobs to ingest emails, and this is likely to be the successor of the sidekiq delivery method for mailroom. After some discussion with support colleagues and project management, we decided to deprecate the sidekiq delivery method for mailroom in 16.0 and schedule it for removal in 17.0. I put out a merge request that adds the deprecation notice for 16.0, and we also have a good discussion about updating the documentation for delivery method options in general. Now I want to give you an overview of my progress on custom email verification. The new verification model has been merged. It adds all fields related to the custom email verification process in a dedicated table. The merge request to move custom email credentials to a dedicated model has also been merged. Based on user feedback, we will need to deliver IMAP and OmniAuth for Microsoft Graph ingestion methods sooner than later. So it does not make sense to pollute the Service Desk settings table with credentials that we rarely request. Instead, it's better to have it in a separate model. It's great that this has been merged because this was a blocker for other merge requests. Also, the custom email verification triggered email has been merged. This merge request added some helper methods and the notification email project owners and the triggering user will receive once a verification process has been started. The email looks like this. This is the HTML version and this is the plain text version. The custom email verification result email is also in review. Once the verification process is finished, we'll send out the result. This can be a success or an error message with details to all project owners and the user who triggered the process. There are several states of this email, and here are some examples. When everything works fine, you will receive this success message. When we cannot establish a connection to your SMTP host, you will receive this one. If you provide invalid credentials, it will look like this. And if your service provider does not preserve the original email from header, you will receive an error like this. So there are other error cases, but this is just an example collection. And the actual custom email verification email is also in review. GitLab will try to send this email with the provided SMTP credentials to a special subaddress of your custom email along with a verification token. This email is not intended for humans, but for your GitLab instance. If everything is set up correctly, we can ingest this email, check the token, the from header, and so on, and verify the custom email. This is how the email looks like. This is a text-only email without translated text. So I missed both of my goals for this month, but made good progress on the verification. For this one, user interviews and feedback made me decide to do refactoring and move the credentials to their own table. This merge request had a great and important discussion about SMTP address validation, and that delayed other merge requests building on top of this change. I did some experimentation in the UI, but then tried to push emails forward as much as possible. So my goals for the upcoming month: since it's holiday season in Germany, I will also have reduced capacity in April, and we won't have a mid-month update video in April. I want to have all verification parts out in merge requests and hopefully soon merged. So that's it from my side. Thank you for watching and take care and see you soon.